Fitness post Barrow. Everybody all right?
Yes, everyone's fine. Yeah, everyone's come through the game, which is pleasing. So, same sort of squad. Obviously, just the one missing, as we know about. But yeah, we're fine with the group at the moment in time.
You seemed well. Clearly, it's always good to get a win, but you seem particularly delighted with all the kind of facets of the win at Barrow. You know, composure, strength, adaptability, leading to the 3 points.
Yeah, but it's a tough place to go, Barrow. As we know, we found that out last season. It's tough. It's a long way for a start, and we had to make sure we got the preparation leading into that right, and we done that. And also, the factor of a new manager, like I spoke about before the game, with the bounce and the players trying to impress him and try and get in his thinking to play in his team regularly, was always a big factor for us. So we had to make sure we went there and did the job properly, professionally, and come out with the 3 points. And I thought we'd done that. There was large spells watching the game back where we dominated the game, dominated the ball. Difficult at times to break down a back five and three midfielders and two forwards that don't press. But we got the goal at a good time. Got the second goal at an even better time, 20 seconds later or whatever it may be. And we just managed the game from there on in. So really pleased with the whole performance and the whole night, and the impact of everybody involved in the game.
Well, yes, there are plenty of people that I dare say could be singled out, but Ethan Ennis and Charlie Crew's involvement, or indeed their start to life at Doncaster Rovers. How excited are you about these two young lads who are making their way in senior football?
Yeah, very good. I'm excited about all three lads that we've brought in January. Rob's been excellent as well, and we've got a real freshness. If I start at the top of the pitch first, we've got a real freshness there. You've seen the three that started, the three that come off the bench. It don't make us any weaker. We're strong in every department, which is really pleasing. Uh, Charlie obviously is just getting better and better every game, which I knew he would. Once that game at Gillingham was probably a bit of an eye opener for him to witness what League Two can be like. Um, Tomorrow's game, it's a bit more of a footballing game for him. So I'm hoping he even comes to the fore even more, if selected, obviously. And and hopefully he builds up on that that play that we know he can do, and how he gets about the pitch and creates opportunities. So yeah, I'm really pleased with all the boys, and I'm sure they'll continue to grow.
I realise on too many times, sadly, we've asked you about injury lists where you've not had options. But right now, I suppose the question is motivation and keeping everybody happy becomes a challenge in itself, doesn't it?
Yes and no. I think everybody in this changing room all know that we've got one goal, and that's to try and get out of the division. So we're working hard to try and do that. Everybody's in the same boat. Everyone's in the place where we all want to get to the next level. So yeah, yes and no. I mean, everyone's looking forward to each game as they come. Each game is going to require different things and different players and personnel possibly. So we've been like that from the start of the season. We ain't going to change that now. And we'll look forward to the next game.
Because there's a couple of kind of exciting possibilities, isn't there? If form keeps as it is, of either chasing Walsall down or creating some kind of breakaway from the pack right now.
Yeah, we just got to focus on the next game. We don't want to be looking too far ahead of ourselves really, and yes, of course, and I'll always look and see how close we are. But the most important thing is the next game, and that's MK Dons. A good football inside, who've spent a bit of money in this window already, and I believe they've signed another player just as I walked into the press conference. So it's what the league is about now. There's teams in there that there are some teams in there spending quite a bit of money. MK Dons are probably one of those, and Scott's a really good manager. Tremendous job at Crawley last year, and I'm sure he'll get that MK Dons team playing the way he wants them to play. But we've got to focus on us. We've got to make sure we go into the game ready, focused, understand what we're going to do and how we're going to go about the game, and hopefully, if we can get all them bits and pieces together, then we're hoping the 3 points can follow that.
Good team, no doubt, but they are on the slide a bit, aren't they? So the expectation will be on Doncaster Rovers.
Yeah, well, I've had a good win against Harrogate, and I seen Scott's press after the game. He was disappointed with the performance, but I know how hard it is to beat Harrogate. The previous week we played them. It's difficult to beat them. They're a hard team, an awkward team to play against, and um, I think when he came back into his training ground, I think he'd be delighted he got the 3 points and got the job done in the end. But for us, look, we're focused on ourselves. Really, we're focused on what do we need to do to impact them, to hurt them, to cause them problems in the game, and hopefully we can do that.
Hmm. Well, transfer window stuff for, I dare say, well, probably the penultimate time, I suppose, between now and the bell on Monday. I know we've discussed this, quite a lot in the past, but has anything moved to the point where you might feel minded to bring somebody in?
No, 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 no. We've, like I said, we're always looking. We're always got an eye out to see if people that we have on our list are available at this time, if anything happened. But at this moment in time, there'll be no more incomings. For us, we feel like we've got the squad that's strong, and again in every position, people ready and waiting for opportunities. So, we're in a good place, and we've already done our business quite early.
You can accuse me of fishing here, but what about the lads who maybe aren't playing so much? And I suppose Kyle Hurst, could he potentially go and play a bit of football elsewhere?
Yeah, potentially. We're open to one or two, maybe three or four of the boys going to play some games. I think one of our players will go out today. That's been done. You go out on loan. I can't give you any more on that until both clubs release. Um, which would be brilliant because football is the most important. Players train all week and they want to play. So the ones that we think need the game time and probably won't get the game time with us will go out and play some games if we can. If we can't, and then they'll stay in. Fine, they'll fight for the position. So that'll happen today. But yeah, like I say, I'm really pleased with the group. We've got everyone fighting and everyone fighting each other to try and get a spot in this team, which is what you want as a manager.
And just finally, what about contracts for footballers, for lads you want to keep going beyond the summer? Given the sort of many plates that spin at football clubs, is anything being done with the likes of a Lowu, say, for example, to try and sort them out before it gets to too much further in the future?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, we're well. Everything's well in place in terms of our contracts. We know what we're doing. We know what we're trying to do. So I know it looks like there's a lot of players out of contract. There's a lot of players have options, and some of them players' options have been triggered. So we know in terms of our squad and what we need to do, and who we need to offer new deals to. So yeah, if there's any news, we'll keep you informed.